We good? Everybody up here? Mr. Vickers, because you feel far away. Are you ready?
Yes.
Far away. You ready? Okay. Six o'clock PM on Tuesday, August 13th, and I would like to call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome those who are participating in the Board of Education meeting in person and those watching this meeting via live streaming on YouTube. We would ask that anyone addressing the board to use the microphone at the podium and to identify themselves for the record. We will ask you to please not touch the microphone. It is going through a sensitive period in its life cycle. As a reminder, the link to the meeting is on the district webpage under the Board of Education. The streaming will run through the end of the meeting. In the event there is a disruption in the streaming, I will pause the meeting until it is reestablished. Item number 1 is the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would please stand with me and join me in the pledge. Mr. Vickers, would you please lead?
I pledge allegiance.
Seated. We're on 8-2, the call to order. Mrs. Wolf, please take roll call and announce it for the minutes. I am present.
Here. Here. Here.
Thank you very much. Item B, the announcement of meeting. Mrs. Chavez, would you please announce this meeting?
This meeting has been announced in accordance with the Open Meetings Resolution and is a legally constituted meeting of the Los Lunas Schools Board of Education.
Thank you very much. We are on to item C, executive approval of the prioritized agenda. Mrs. Chavez, are there any changes or deletions to the agenda?
There are no changes or deletions to the agenda tonight.
Thank you very much. I would stand for a motion regarding the approval of the agenda.
Madam President, I would move to approve the agenda as is.
Thank you very much. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Talley, I am sorry.
Okay, we're like twins.
Mr. Bennett has moved and Mr. Talley has seconded to approve the agenda as it has been submitted. Is there any discussion? No discussion. I will call for the vote. Mr. Vickers.
Yes.
Mr. Talley.
Yes.
Mr. Bennett.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion passes 4-0. We are now on to item D, public comment. Mrs. Wolf, how many speakers have signed up to provide comment at today's meeting, please?
Dr. Sasky, we have one individual who's asked to first.
Thank you very much. If that person would please join us at the podium and please again be really sensitive with our microphone. Give me just a moment. Let me do my intro. Before we move to public comment, I would like to remind our audience of the board's policies for handling public comment, which are found in Board Policy B2150 BEDH. Public comment is limited to 5 minutes per individual speaker. However, the board president may further restrict or waive these time limits based on the number of speakers. The board welcomes public input. The board does not prohibit public criticism or comment upon personnel matters, but does discourage personal attacks on board members, staff, personnel, or other persons. Presenters are cautioned that statements or representations concerning others that convey an unjustly unfavorable impression may subject the presenter to civil action. Any person making public comment shall be solely responsible for the content of his or her comments. The board neither adopts nor assumes responsibility for any comments made by individuals during the public comment section of the meeting. And we are welcoming today Mrs. Amber Rodriguez. Mrs. Rodriguez, you have 5 minutes. Hello.
The children of Los Lunas in Valencia County with wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of fear of the Lord. Their delight is in the fear of the Lord. Next verse is Luke chapter 2, verse 52. The children of Las Lunas in Valencia County increase in wisdom, in broad and full understanding, and in stature, and in years, and in favor with God and men. The third verse is Psalms 91, verse 9 through 12. Because the children of Las Lunas and Valencia County have made the Lord their refuge, even the Most High, their dwelling place, no evil shall befall them. The children of Las Lunas and Valencia County, nor any plague come near their dwelling place, for he shall give his angels charge over them to keep them in all their ways. In their hand he shall bear them up, lest they dash their foot against a stone. The fourth scripture is Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. I am convinced and sure of this very thing, that he who began a good work in the children of Las Lunas and Valencia County, he will continue until the day of Jesus Christ, right up into the time of his return, developing that good work and perfecting and bringing them into full completion in them. And I just pray with a closing prayer, and I pray, God, Father, I pray that you seal these words over the children of Las Lunas and its school district, over the children of Valencia County and the great state of New Mexico. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time and your willingness to come and speak to the board. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
From that background, Mrs. Wolf. Appreciate that. We are on to item E. Discussion and consideration of action regarding board selection to fill the Los Lunas Schools Board of Education vacancy of single-member District Number 2.
Madam President?
Yes.
I'd like to make a nomination for Sonia Simoia to fill the vacated position in District 2 to serve on the school board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bennett. Is there a second?
I second that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vickers. Is there discussion?
Madam President, my nomination is for Sonia for the simple fact she served before on this board and also in the Government Committee. I have a total faith and confidence that she will be a good asset to this team.
Thank you very much. Any other comments?
Well, go ahead. Just for the record, we might mention that Ms. Moya was the only one that applied. So thank you for applying. I'm not exactly sure where we'd be if nobody applied. So thank you for being willing to step up and take all the arrows.
Agreed, Mr. Talley?
That was essentially what I was gonna say. So,
I want to say that I know that this has been a long process for you. And I appreciate that you are again willing to stand up. So thank you very much. I am going to call for the vote. Mr. Vickers,
Yes.
Mr. Talley,
yes.
Mr. Bennett,
Yes.
and I am happy to say I vote yes. The motion passes 4-0. On to item. I'd like to add here that I've had a lot of tremendous support this week. Thank you to Mr. Brenna, Thelma, Louise, and Rose, and of course, family and my colleagues up here. So thank you very much. Item F, announcement of meetings. This brings us to the announcement of meetings as allowed by the Open Meetings Act and the District Meetings Resolution. On occasion, a quorum of the school board members attend the same function, including school and district celebrations and ceremonies, as well as sports, functions, conferences, workshops, trainings, and community events. Board members will refrain from discussing and are acting on Los Lunas Schools Board of Education issues in those settings. In addition, only official meetings are published, and if other meetings are scheduled, they will be announced in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. With that being said, I would like to announce the following meetings. And gentlemen, I do need to ask you one more time. On August 20th, 2024, we are planning a work session. I have sent you those topics via email. How early did you want to start next Tuesday? Do you want to start at 3? Did you want to start at 4? Because we have some pretty hefty ones. We have some board policies that we'll begin to review from the policy service. I know that you have a board policy, Mr. Talley, that you're specifically interested in for us to have discussion on, and that's on student fees. I know I have some proposed language changes for section B. We also have the athletic handbook, and we have the student handbook that I know that we would like to see and be able to make comments on. So again, gentlemen, about what time would we all like to get together? We're spending a lot of time together recently.
Dr. Osowski, we do not have the athletic handbook, but we have the behavior handbook.
Let's add the athletic handbook.
Okay.
Again, gentlemen, what time would we like to meet? I know that you have a work schedule, so do I, so
I'm, whatever time we choose, I will schedule around. 4 would be most convenient, but if we meet at 3, I'll make sure I'm here at 3.
I would like to ask our soon-to-be newest member, could you be here at 3 so that you could participate? That's correct. Well, it's a work session, no discussion, and I mean, it's discussion only, but just so that you're privy to the information and you can. Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's true. There won't be any binding vote of it.
No, there's no vote. It's discussion. It's for us to kind of have, just to become familiar, et cetera. Is 3 good for you, Mr. Vickers?
Yeah.
3 o'clock is good for you? 3 o'clock will be our work session. It will be in this boardroom. And then also next Tuesday, August 20th, 24 will be the regular board meeting in the central office boardroom at 6 o'clock PM. With that being said, this leads us to the adjournment of this meeting. I would stand for a motion to adjourn.
Madam President,
Madam President, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
We probably should mention that Ms. Moya's swearing in will take place at the beginning of that meeting.
Yes, it will. Absolutely.
So.
Thank you, Mr. Vickers. So I stand for a motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, did you guys have something you need?
that we need to know.
Oh, okay.
Motion to stand or to adjourn the meeting.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
I second that.
Mr. Talley has moved and Mr. Bennett has seconded to adjourn the meeting. I'm going to call for the vote. Mr. Vickers,
Yes.
Mr. Talley,
Yes.
Mr. Bennett.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion passes 4-0. Board meeting adjourned at 6:12 PM, the shortest meeting so far. Thank you very much for your attendance.